This is KVUE News Daybreak.
Tragedy on Austin streets. A mother fighting for her life and her boyfriend and unborn child killed after a crash with a drunk driver. What we're learning about the family. And problems for the Trump administration. This morning, what we're learning about a lawsuit against President Trump. And is birth control doing the opposite of what it's supposed to? Well, in this case, it is. The pills now at the center of a nationwide recall. Good morning. And thank you for watching KVUE News Daybreak at 4:30 on this Monday. I'm Yvonne Nava. A mother is fighting for her life this morning after losing her unborn daughter and the love of her life. The accident happened Saturday on FM 973, just 5 miles from the Travis County Expo Center. DPS says the driver of a Ford F-150 was drunk and veered into oncoming traffic and struck the motorcycle she was riding on. KVUE's Chris Betts spoke with her close friend to learn more about the victims.
This is 25-year-old Stephanie Soto and her young son Mason, along with her boyfriend, 28-year-old Raul Diaz. Stephanie supports her son by working at this restaurant in Kyle, alongside her close friend, Veronica Carl.
Mason, you could tell he was a lot more happier. He finally got a father figure in his life, and I'm sure it helped Stephanie a lot more, and she was really happy with Raul. You could tell they were in love. They were always smiling together and laughing. He really loved her.
Stephanie and Raul were even happier after finding out they were having a baby.
She's really excited. She was excited for having a girl.
And Raul as well. This would have been his first child.
He was really happy. They both were really happy.
Her last sonogram, she had posted that the baby wouldn't stop moving long enough to get a clear picture.
Lay all the time, so the baby was kind of being laid on, showing herself on the sonogram, so she was like her mom already. She came in on Friday. She came into work. She was telling me, with Mason, he wouldn't really move a lot, and so with the baby girl, she would move a lot, so she got to experience that.
But those little nuances and moments of joy ripped away by a drunk driver.
Killed a family. Their whole family is suffering. Just shouldn't drink and drive.
Stephanie's unborn daughter and boyfriend killed on Saturday afternoon. She was critically injured, and as she recovers, now her son is left without a father figure.
Mason's going to be reminding her of him, asking where he is. I'm sure it's going to be hard.
It is hard. Well, the driver of the truck, 38-year-old Cesar Corona Quiterio, is charged with intoxication manslaughter and intoxication assault. He's in the Travis County Jail on $2 million bond. Stephanie did not have insurance, so friends have started a GoFundMe page to help her in this desperate time of need. If you would like to help, click on the story on KVUE.com. Well, let's get a look at what we're tracking with Storm Team meteorologist Erica Lopez.
Good morning, Yvonne. A warm work week is in store for us. We're kicking off this morning with temperatures in the 70s, near average for this time of the year, but something that you may run into is some patchy fog. Also a 10% chance of a spotty shower this morning and into the afternoon because things are quite saturated out there. Here's a look at your current visibility. I'm going to keep a close eye on any dense fog that's developing. It looks like just south of San Marcos. We have some now developing. LaGrange, your visibility is at 7 miles, but as of now, we're in the clear. Again, I'll continue to check on your visibility throughout this morning and let you know what areas you should be concerned of. Here's a look at your next 12 hours in terms of temperature-wise. Mid to upper 80s by about lunchtime. Highs will be in the lower 90s, but we're talking feel-like temperatures near 100 all week long. I'm going to talk about just exactly how warm it's going to feel outside later on this morning. Yvonne, back to you.
All right, thank you so much. 1 year ago today, a gunman killed 49 people and wounded 58 others inside the Pulse nightclub in Orlando. ABC's Maggie Rulli is in Orlando with all the details on how they will be honored today.
Him and the other victims won't be forgotten.
Family and friends are stepping back inside the Pulse nightclub exactly 1 year after losing their loved ones in the worst mass shooting in our country's history. 49 people died, more than 50 others injured.
The city is showing support and showing love, and I think that's extremely important. It makes people like me feel more comfortable, like we're accepted at places that we may have not felt like we would be accepted before.
Now, the community is coming together for Orlando United Day, described as a day of love and kindness, triumphing over the horror and hate of that night.
Well, they are. Hang on.
Recently released video from police body cams is a gruesome reminder of how a Saturday night at Orlando's popular gay club quickly turned into confusion and chaos.
Hurry up.
Victims screaming for help, gunshots still ringing out. The gunman barricading himself somewhere in the club. Police finally taking down the shooter. 29-year-old New York-born Omar Mateen pledged his allegiance to the Islamic State. For those here in Orlando still grieving, today is about the lasting legacy of the 49 people who lost their lives.
Even though it's devastating, I think there's a lot of beautiful things that come from this. I think it has changed the way people view the gay community and gay people in general.
There are more events planned throughout the day, and police tell us they expect thousands of people to fill this street. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Orlando.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions is set to appear before the Senate Intelligence Committee tomorrow, and it's part of their ongoing investigation into Russia's alleged meddling in the 2016 presidential election. Sessions says his decision to appear is in light of last week's testimony by fired FBI Director James Comey. In March, Sessions recused himself from overseeing the Russian investigation because of his involvement in President Trump's campaign. But Comey hinted during his testimony that there was more to it.
I should not be involved in investigating a campaign I had a role in.
We also were aware of facts that I can't discuss in an open setting that would make his continued engagement in a Russia-related investigation problematic.
Right now, we don't know if the hearing will be public. That decision should come later today. The president's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, is also scheduled to meet with Senate staff next week to discuss his meeting with the Russian ambassador. First Lady Melania Trump and her son Barron are officially calling the White House home. The two moved in yesterday, and this comes after about 5 months after President Trump was inaugurated. After the election, President Trump said his wife and the youngest of his 5 children would not be moving into the White House immediately. This is so Barron could finish the school year in New York. Melania tweeted this photo yesterday saying, quote, "Looking forward to the memories we'll make in our new home. #MovingDay." Fighting a deadly drug is proving to be a challenge for the Austin Police Department. According to our partners at the Statesman, police are seeing more usage of the deadly narcotic fentanyl. It's a powerful synthetic opioid, more potent than heroin, that is approved for treating severe pain. It's often described, or rather prescribed, to people with advanced cancer. Police say it's extremely dangerous because it can be inhaled or even absorbed through the skin. Last month, a police officer in Ohio brushed the powder off of his uniform, and it entered his system, and he had to be hospitalized. Local first responders are also at risk of being exposed to the drug when treating patients who have overdosed. A scary recall you'll want to know about this morning. The Food and Drug Administration has announced a nationwide recall of birth control pills. They say packages of these, Mabellas 24 FE, were rotated, reversing the order of the tablets. As a result, the FDA says the pills could be taken out of sequence, and they may place a user at risk for contraceptive failure and unintended pregnancy. There are no reports of that happening yet. People who think they might have the affected product should notify their physician and return the pills to the pharmacy. 2 people are behind bars this morning after allegedly crashing a sedan into a group of cyclists in South Austin on Saturday, sending 4 people to the hospital, 1 in critical condition. That's according to the Austin American-Statesman. The incident happened near South Pleasant Valley Road and Elmont Drive. According to the affidavit, when police arrived, they found a debris field of smashed bicycles and parts that spanned approximately 3 blocks. 25-year-old Devin Rodriguez was charged with driving and an invalid license. Rodriguez admitted to having fallen asleep at the wheel before the crash. The passenger, Amanda Flores, fled the scene by stealing a Jeep from a man who stopped to help. She was later arrested. Both are being held in the Travis County Jail. Today, former President George H.W. Bush is celebrating his birthday. He is 93 years young today. The 41st president was born in Massachusetts in 1924. He served as president from 1989 to 1993. In 2011, President Barack Obama awarded Bush the Presidential Medal of Freedom. He and his wife Barbara, who celebrated her birthday just last week, are spending the summer in Maine. Time to check the weather with Erica. How does this work week look?
Well, Yvonne, this work week is looking quite toasty out there. We're talking temperatures in the 90s all week long, and then you factor in humidity, feel like temperatures near 100. As far as what you're waking up to this morning across the hill country, we still have a few 60s, upper 60s for Fredericksburg and Mason. Right now it's 69 degrees. San Marcos 66, but other than that, we're all in the 70s. LaGrange currently at 76. Bastrop, you folks are on the warm side as well. Current temperatures across the Lone Star State, it's toasty from the east to the western portions of the Lone Star State, and it's sticky across the entire area also, with exception of El Paso. Your current dew points in the 30s. So here's what I'm talking about in terms of temperatures this week. So highs in the 90s, mid-90s by Thursday and Friday. Now, let's factor in those dew points. This is what it's going to feel like outside. We're talking triple-digit feel-like temperatures starting tomorrow through Friday. It's going to be a warm and toasty one. A week you really want to stay cool, stay hydrated, limit your time outside, or if not, just try to cool down somehow by a pool, by a lake, or whatever it will take. Back to you, Yvonne.
All right, thank you so much. A warning for parents this morning, the hidden danger that put her little ones' lives at risk. And we've all heard of the health benefits of wine, but turns out there are some who are allergic to it. How this little wand is helping more people savor the wine and skip the side effects.